Use both hands to play.
Hey there, this is Quentin from Zapling Studios, and I'm co-founder and programmer for Justice Royale, which is our first video game we're looking to release on iOS. It's a beat-em-up game. We all grew up having our favorite games like Double Dragon, Street Fighter, and such. So we really wanted to bring something that had a close place in our heart and make it more modern and start with mobile. It was the easiest thing to get our hands on. So with Justice Royale, the main thing we wanted to do was change the controls so that it really felt like it was made for mobile. It wasn't just a game that had buttons on the screen for you to press and do your actions, because sometimes it just doesn't feel good. You don't have a button like you do in a controller for a console or a keyboard. You can't get that sense of feedback. Having a flat screen expecting to hit buttons properly, it's a little tough. So some other games have been doing this, and we've done a similar thing. We changed it a little bit, but on the left side we have our joystick that comes up wherever you tap, and in options you can switch it to be on the right side. The tutorial stage here goes through showing us exactly
Tap
how the
the right
systems
side
work.
repeatedly to do combos on an enemy.
So the right side here, when we tap, we'll do an attack. So tap there, it'll punch. If you keep tapping as you hit somebody, it'll go into a little combo. You see the bottom, there's a yellow bar that's going down and then going back up. So that's your energy bar. So when you do a 3-hit combo, if your bar is full, you can get 2 additional hits. They each take up half of the bar. So you'll see a little blue blur behind. He gets a little dash attack, and the final attack is like a standing uppercut, and it stuns the enemy for a second. So in this game we have a lot of skills you can equip. The top left you'll see those 4 blocks. They'll change when there's a skill that you have equipped for the stage. And some of these skills actually need that energy that you see at the bottom. So even though you get it back, you need to just make sure you're timing things properly, because it's still a resource. So we'll just pull through these tours.
Do a long swipe up to do an uppercut.
So this is just to teach us some of the mechanics. So blocks beat attacks, but the jumper cut will beat a block. So we start with the circle and we go up. Do this jumper cut. Knock these tourists out. I know it's a little rude, but hey, we need an easy enemy for the tutorial stage.
Do a short swipe up to launch an enemy.
So when you're surrounded by a lot of enemies, to just control the crowd and not get surrounded, you can launch them in the air by doing a little flick. Do your uppercut, and they'll just hang in the air a little bit like that. When you hit them in the air, if you attack again, they take double damage. So you can actually just have little air combos going around where you're just juggling someone in the air, hit them a little bit. The more you hit them, the faster they start falling back down to the ground. So if you launch them, hit them a bit, relaunch them, then you can just keep them up there as long as you can until they end up running out of life. And see, this guy's guarding now because he's just near death. So we'll do an uppercut because we know the rules. We'll jumper cut.
Swipe to the right to dash through the roadblock.
So for mobility, you have your roll. So roll or dash, go left and right as you get through barriers. Also lets you get through attacks if you time it properly.
You got knocked out.
This is the last part of the tutorial to just train you. When you run out of hit points, your spirit will leave your body and leave the screen. Since the tutorial is not going to actually go out the screen, but any other stage, well, if it happens to you the second time in the tutorial, it will leave the stage. But once you leave the stage, then it's game over. So as your spirit goes up, you have to tap them back into your body. So as you tap, they'll come back down. Outside the tutorial's first death, the ghost will always be moving up out of the screen. So you want to make sure you tap them down properly. Right now, it'll just stay there, stuck in one spot, so that you can just understand the system and get back to playing. So you notice when enemies are about to do an attack, they have a little exclamation mark above their head. Just lets you know they're about to do a move. This is on, I think we're on normal right now. On hard mode and up, there's no delay between the exclamation mark and their actual attack. But in normal, it's like 0.2 0.3 seconds, no, 0.2 seconds, and on easy it's like, I think like 0.4, or like a half second you have. I forget. We just want it to be so that you have a heads up and it's not so unfair to be just right next to somebody and get attacked. But when you play in harder difficulties, it will be a little more unfair in that sense, but you'll be stronger and you'll be able to get out of situations. And as you see, I'm just dashing around through his attack because I'm timing it right. Dash is really useful. So the main point about this boss is just kind of to teach you mobility. You get to use all your skills to get through the stage. He can move around pretty quickly. His attack does a good amount of damage to you. So if you uppercut him, he'll start crying on the ground. And I'll give you some time to just start hitting him again before he eventually gets back on his bike. Or what you can do to keep him from being a threat, if you just keep him in the air, he can't get back on the bike, and he's just completely helpless. Throughout the game, there'll be enemies that, when they're in the air, they'll have ways to escape. There are enemies that'll be able to punish you if you try to get them in the air. But, you know, this stage is tutorial, so you get to learn and have some fun. So whenever you beat a boss, get a finishing screen for you to just go hard, just hit the screen as much as you can. You can probably hear me just bashing my screen, just getting bonus points.
Maybe next time.
And here we go. So when we clear the stage, we got a high enough combo. We'll take a screenshot for us so we can see what we're doing. So when I had 65 hits, screenshot got taken. I can share it on Facebook. If I was logged in, I can share it on Twitter. I can save it to the phone. Every day, if you make one share on social media, you'll get extra 50% bonus experience. And experience points are great because they just help you to upgrade your character. There's a bunch of skills we have in the game so far. As you progress through other stages, you're going to need those skills, such as guarding, an advanced dash that doubles as an attack, a skill that makes you grow in size and strength, skills that give you defensive maneuvers like getting a shield so that you don't take any damage, grapples, so if you like wrestling, you can grab people, suplex them. We want to make a bunch of fun abilities that you can just customize your character to really play the way you want. I'm going to be getting more videos up. This is just my test of Replaykit on iOS 9. And so far, I think it's working good. Thanks for taking time to watch, and keep your eye out for us. We're going to have more videos coming up, just more news, and get this game out soon. Thank you very much. Take care.